Welcome to Small Farm Living, you guys. Today I have a wicked cold and it's cold outside, and I figured I would come down to my messy greenhouse and clean it up and get some vitamin D. Now I'm doing a voiceover because I realized when I played this video portion back, my cold was so bad you could really hardly understand me. But I was just basically saying that at the end of the season, I just dropped everything, left it here, closed the door, and left a mess basically. So today we're going to clean it up, and I've got bags on the floor, dirt and debris from everything that's fallen, pots, you name it. This is cardboard that I like to use out in the fields, and I save it from big parts that come in for my husband's business. Back over on this side, there's all my soil mixes back there and some extra shelving. Here is where I do my seed starting mixes. I plant seeds and transplant. And right here where these bags are, I am going to be doing a greenhouse within a greenhouse, and that will be on an upcoming video. But why I'm doing that is I had both of these seed starting shelves. Now this one is on its side. I had them up in a spare room in my house. You can see I have these little hooks here for my shop lights. And the reason why I'm bringing it down here and doing a little greenhouse within a greenhouse is because the room up above in the house is a spare room for my granddaughter when she comes over, a place for my crafting supplies, and for seed starting. And so we are going to get this area cleaned up so I can do that. Now this plastic came off of this greenhouse. We replaced it last spring, and we did a very lighthearted video on that. If you want to take a look, I'll link that below. But I'm going to use it to just kind of drape over the shelf somehow. I haven't quite figured that out, to create the greenhouse within the greenhouse. But in order to get all that accomplished coming up, we definitely got to clean up. So I just put you on a time lapse while I picked things up. I kind of had to move things from one side just to get it tidied up and then stack things back on the other side. But most of the stuff is things that I use all throughout the season. So not much garbage in here, just a lot of tidy work that needed to be done. Now I moved down to this section right here and cleaned it up. And this fan, so it's on a pool ladder at the moment, because when we replaced the greenhouse, we haven't put it back up on its stand. But this is a common scene for me when I'm working down here, because it gets so warm in here. It's probably like 30, maybe 31 outside, and in the greenhouse it's like 80 degrees, so it's awesome. But I just am taking my broom and reaching as far as I can under my tables. Now my greenhouse tables, as you can see, they're just pallets on cinder blocks, and so a lot of stuff, if you bump a pot or knock one over, guess what? The dirt all goes in between and on the floor. The weeds back there, I did take a bag off camera and get those all cleaned up as well. I try to keep those at a minimum, but you know, life happens. So now that I've got this section over here cleaned up, I am going to pan you over here, try not to make you sick. I'm going to work on cleaning this spot up. That spot never stays clean because, like I say, that's where I do the bulk of my seed starting and transplanting. But I'm going to clean up this section over here really well, because I want to drag the plastic down there so that once I cut off the piece for the little greenhouse that I'm doing inside, we can take the rest out to the trailer pretty easily through that door for storage. First I need to get this stuff cleaned up. That green thing is just the belt from my big swamp fan that's down at the end of the greenhouse. My husband replaced it and just left it on the floor because he knew I was going to come in here and completely redo everything anyway. So I'm just going to get my little piles picked up. And all of this, none of this I save. It all goes into the garbage because there is a lot of weed seeds in here. And when we walk in and out of the greenhouse, of course, we're carrying bacteria on our feet that aren't healthy for new little seedlings. I didn't know if I was going to be able to move this by myself, but thank goodness I was able to, because you can see it was smack in the middle of my greenhouse. And I dealt with it all last year like that. Why? I have no idea. But you know, hindsight, right? And I was so excited that I did it by myself. So here's what it looked like when I finished sweeping the whole greenhouse. And I apologize, I still am a little gunked up, but my voice is getting better. This garbage can right here, I took it outside and swept it all off because, you know, throughout the winter, spiders kind of take over. But you can see in there, that's where I keep some of my potting mix. And this is the soilless mix that I made up, and it was in a previous video. If you're interested in that, I will link a video. But what I do is once I get it all mixed together, I like to take it and I dump it into this big barrel. And I try to, by the time I go full scale seed starting mode, have this whole barrel full of this mix so that I am ready to go whenever I need it. And you can see it's really dusty. Thankfully, my little internal fan that I had on there really helps move it out of my breathing space. But I have a little lid. I stick the lid on and I just kind of keep it tucked tight like that to keep it from getting weeds or any kind of bugs in there. And then I can just scoop some out whenever I need it to start some seeds. It's really handy. Now I wanted to show you, these are the stock flowers that we started in that previous video, and you can see I have really spotty germination. Some of the seeds came up, some didn't, some had multiples in cells, some had absolutely none. That's because the seed is old, and I will go over all of this in another video, but what I wanted to show you today is I like to take my barbecue skewer and I will just rough up very lightly the top of the soil. These particular seeds don't like to be buried very deep. If these were deeper buried seeds, I would go down a little bit more, but I don't really want to bury the seed. I just kind of want to move it. And I have found in the past that when I do this, it helps them germinate. Now I wanted to show you this sprayer. I love it. I have an Amazon affiliate link for it down below if you're interested in one. But you can change the stream to spray and you pump it, and that little thumb nozzle, it just gives you a steady stream of spray, and you don't have to continually squeeze like you do on a normal bottle. So I really love it. It saves my hands. And I am just going to re-dampen the soil on the top so that the seed gets kind of reactivated. And like I said, once I do that, I usually have really good success of more seeds actually germinating. So we're going to leave them for 1, maybe 2 more weeks down there and see if we can get any more to germinate. And we will also be moving these and putting them in their own cell trays as they get a little bit bigger. So back under the lights they go, and we'll see what success we have with that. Now I am just showing you a sneak peek. These are my flower seeds. On a next upcoming video, I'm going to be doing my must grow flowers for this upcoming season. So make sure you're subscribed for that, and we will go over all of those. So in the meantime, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time.